Welcome to your new home, my dear. I hope it's exactly how you imagined it to be. That better not be the sound of ungratefulness, especially after all the trouble you and the others went to trying to barge in here uninvited. Well, at the very least, you have your invitation now. You're free to walk through any door you choose, barring the front door. If you need any suggestions, my room is open to your use at all hours. Provided I'm there, of course. Wouldn't want you getting lost. There's only one place you need to be in there. Any wandering around takes away from the time we could be enjoying each other's company. Maybe it's a little too early for that. Let's get you settled in before we start breaking down any barriers from the past. I think with enough time, we'll be able to put everything behind us and see each other as close companions instead of enemies. We'll learn a lot more about each other through our mundane, day-to-day lives than we would have on the battlefield. I think you'll be convinced in due time, with enough hospitality. I can tell you this much. A warm bed in a castle is a much nicer place to sleep than mud covered by a tent. We won't be enemies for long. I suppose we could address the challenges my appearance might bring, but I find it a bit ironic considering how many beasts you've associated with on the other side. So much blatant disregard for your life compared to theirs. I'm surprised they hadn't sold you off for something sooner, or even made the kind of decision that led them to consider offering you as a scapegoat for their mistakes. Tell me, do you believe a rose is worth your life? Then consider what it means that something with the ability to restore part of a life was what they valued your life at. Much more frightening than some claws and fangs, don't you think? Well, at least I'm willing to take a good bargain for what it's worth. I think you're worth an entire life, and not just part of one. As much as I value my roses, I couldn't say no to you, my dear. You are quite the beauty in your own right. Truly a sight to behold, both on and off the battlefield. I suppose with the current arrangements, we won't be seeing any more of your combat prowess, but the more time there is to spend in a mundane setting, the more opportunities I'll have to see the rest of your beauty. There's only so much you can learn about someone from how they carry themselves before and during a battle. Whether you're on the front lines or supporting from the back, it doesn't always translate into the type of person you'd be when not faced with adversity. I've left much to the imagination up until now. Resorting to finding out what you do in your spare time would have ruined the fun. You've been very generous, giving me enough of a taste that has left me wanting more. You can't just be as sharp as you are, methodically leering at every inch of me, trying to find that one little flaw in my defenses, and then expect to get away with it. Even now I can see it. You're still trying to figure me out. How can you get past this little barrier of mine? Nothing like you've ever seen before. Even after all of the piercing and stabbing, not a scratch on me. Most would have ran off, hoping they'd never cross paths with me again. But you can't take your eyes off me until you've gotten all the answers. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have you look at me that way, once we've lifted all the personal barriers between us. All of that time waiting has really heightened my anticipation for today. I had to have you at some point. And I don't think I need to explain the intentions I've had from the beginning. Maybe it's best that your friends showed their true colors when they did. I wouldn't want to wait any longer. The sooner we got to this point, the better. I don't think anyone would be too keen on having part of what makes you who you are taken away from you. But what's a few years off of my life when I get to spend the others with you? Would you like to know a secret? First, I'd like to confirm something. At the very least, you and your friends are aware of the healing properties of my roses. Otherwise, I might be even more concerned of how little they value your life. Now, what's more concerning is whether or not they had a plan for its use. I'd hate to imagine they'd give you up for the sake of preparing for something terrible that might not even come to fruition. I hope your friend's wounds were worth a friendship. Giving up a beauty made to last for one so fleeting only reassures me of how short-sighted they are. I would admire the selflessness of your sacrifice if it weren't for your friends making that decision for you. But thank you for confirming my suspicions. Your friends do not understand the value of what is in front of them. My roses are more than just a special tool for healing. They do more than grant life to the user. It all comes back to the answers you seek. The reason you look at me the way you do. I will miss that look. Nothing else to hide and keep you wondering. but I will fight hard to bring it back one day. Let this be the only time I need to disappoint you. What you fought against is no barrier. Those blades you've used to pierce my flesh do nothing to take my life, because there is no life to take. My roses are my life. Each and every one is a fragment of my being. Years, maybe more, of what I have left, scattered through all of them. But that is the price I must pay to have the power I possess. Great strength and resilience in body, but heart and soul so easy to pluck from a bush at any moment. And what is a body without a heart? But a beast. Those roses are my last link to humanity. They are worth everything to me. Each and every one. So let me ask, are you worth a rose? I'd say you are. I believe that you can be the heart and soul that are no longer within me. At the very least, to love you would make me less of a beast. If you could do one favor for me, I would like to feel as I did a very long time ago, before I paid such a high price. It may not seem like much, but it would give me faith in my own humanity, or what's left of it. Truly, I hope it is a gift to both of us. I suppose it would have been too much to expect to be fully human once again. But I must live with the consequences of my actions. Though, maybe it is because you don't share the love I have for you. I would like to try again, once you are able to look upon me the way you did before. But with desire instead of malice. In due time. But to do that, I must give you the love you deserve. I will make sure you know your worth.